Shot on goal. McCormick makes the save. We have the game's first goal.
15 seconds left in somebody's season. Let's see what Sawyer does with it. McGuthrie's got it.
8 seconds to go. This is McGuthrie, who's had some big shots, and he's going to get a wide open jumper. No good. Sawyer will throw it up. It goes!
Tony, it doesn't count. Linwood Harlem said the basket does not count. They'll play overtime.
14-13 game point for Whitman High School. If they get this one, they're the champions for 1991. And they are now the champions for 1991.
Weissman misses. Seawright with the rebound.
A chance to win with 6 seconds on the clock. She loses it again.
She should have pulled up and taken the shot.
Over. Fine ball game. Tough way to end it.
Here we go with the start of this semifinal game. Good boot down to the 1 yard line.
Marlon Evans, watch
This is Evans. He's a fleeting split end.
Go.
Look out,
Marlon
look
Evans
out.
scored.
Here goes Evans.
Get it.
He's at the 30.
They will not
He's at the 20. He's at the 10, and Wooten has the
Here we go.
touchdown on the opening kickoff against the Blue Devils.
Well.
Good evening and welcome to Magruder High School, where tonight on Channel 52 MCPS Sports Game of the Week, the Magruder Colonels will play host to the Gaithersburg Trojans at 4-1. Magruder, currently at 5-0, ranked number 6 by the Washington Post, comes into this ball game on the back of Daryl Wilbanks, who has ran for over 200 yards in 4 of the 5 ball games tonight. Gaithersburg at 4-1 with only 1 loss to the Churchill Bulldogs is playing improved football. Joining me tonight will be Keith Jones. Keith, a terrific ball game we have going here tonight.
There's no question about it. Daryl Wilbanks is going to be the guy to watch, but the big factor tonight is all the rain that we had today, and it's going to be very wet. So will the running game work for either Magruder or for Gaithersburg? Roy Lester's Trojan defense is going to be king on Wilbanks, and if they can shut down the attack right at the line of scrimmage, it may be that, in fact, that Magruder will have to go to a passing game.
You're right. Last time we were here was a rain-soaked evening, a driving rainstorm. Magruder overcame Quince Orchard. It's not raining right now, although there's a threat. So if it is a dry night, it'll be definitely in Gaithersburg advantage. If it does rain, Magruder, running between the tackles, will try to wear down the Gaithersburg Trojans. We'll be back with more in just a few moments.
Graduation, quite a day. But where do you go from here? You want something challenging. You'll find it in the Air National Guard. The Air Guard can give you skills you'll use for a lifetime. You'll make good money, and after you train, you serve just 2 days a month and 15 days a year. That means time for yourself and your country. The Air National Guard. Because graduation isn't the end. It's just the beginning.
You love sports on MCPS TV? Well, there's much more. Like Homework Hotline Live to help you through the week, Quizmaster Challenge to tickle your brain, and contemporary issues to express your opinion. Call 279-3141 now and ask for a program guide and watch MCPS TV.
Defense. Okay. Welcome back on Channel 52 MCPS Sports. We're getting ready for the kickoff of tonight's game. R.J. Minier will tee it up for Gaithersburg, kick it away to Magruder. Daryl Wilbanks is deep along with Alex McCrimmon, and the kick is away. Wilbanks takes us on his goal line, 20-yard line.
He's loose already, Mike. Here he comes.
25. Wilbanks with a good return out to the 27-yard line, where Magruder will have first down and 10 yards to go.
Wilbanks only 6'2", 180, 85 pounds, but it took 3 guys right there to bring him down on the kickoff return.
Wilbanks a very strong runner, Keith Jones, but he gets up ahead of steam. Tough for those cornerbacks to bring him down one-on-one.
We'll see what happens with Magruder's first play from scrimmage. They break the huddle. Got to look for number 24 out of the backfield, no question, especially with the straight eye.
Welcome back on 1600 AM Winks. Magruder, first possession on the 27-yard line. Wilbanks around the left side. Picks up a couple. Up to about the 29-yard line. Good gang tackling from the Gaithersburg defense.
They're going to have to do a lot of that tonight, Mike, because Wilbanks is very elusive. I say 6 feet 2 inches tall, 180 pounds, and the guy can straight out run. There's no question about it. He gets through the hole or around the end. Look out.
Certainly can. If he gets loose in the secondary, look out Gaithersburg. Magruder will take the ball 2nd and 8 on the 29-yard line. Wilbanks around the right side. He's tripped up for a minimal gain.
Flags fly. So we'll have our first penalty of the game.
Check and see what it is.
It's a hold on Magruder.
So Magruder takes our first penalty of the ball game. There's a player down on the field. I think it's number 26, Alex McCrimmon for Magruder. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take a few minutes to go over the lineup. First for Magruder, the offense. At quarterback, David Reuter, number 11. Darrell Wilbanks, number 24, of course, at halfback. Carlos Williams, number 23, also in the backfield. David Pollock, number 25, also in the backfield. Alex McCrimmon is the wideout. Dan Helly, a very capable tight end. Up front on the offensive tackle, Jamie Baker-Smith, number 72. Offensive guard, Husan Smith, number 70. Center, Tim Hillier. Offensive guard, Jim Atala. And offensive tackle, Eric Gaines. Big Eric Gaines, 330 pounds. And for Gaithersburg, we'll go over their defense real quick. At the defensive back spots, Clarence Mack and Andre Parker, along with Robert Sewell and Kevin Cozio. And the linebacker spots, Perry Gravely and Ronnie Henson. At the defensive end spots, Joe Tehan and Jeff Jones. Nose guard, Ronnie Lewis, who has to have a big game tonight if they're going to stop Darrell Wilbanks, along with Jerome DeMar and Mitch Dingwald.
It is Alex McCrimmon who is down, being helped up right now, but it is his right leg, so that's bad news for the Colonels right off.
You're right. McCrimmon caught a big pass against Quincy Orchard here, Keith Jones, to secure a win for Magruder in the driving rainstorm a few weeks ago, and McCrimmon's being carried off of the field. What a blow for Magruder to lose McCrimmon on the second play from scrimmage.
He can't even walk off under his own power. That right leg appears to be the right knee, badly damaged. We'll try to get a report for you as it becomes available for us, but that's a big loss already.
And that's the secret to going unbeaten and having a good season, is staying injury-free. Magruder's been able to do that so far. McCrimmon was limping a little bit prior to the ball game, and here we see he comes up lame. Second play from scrimmage. Now with the 10-yard penalty, it'll be 2nd and about 19 for Magruder from the 16-yard line. Magruder takes a snap, hands off, up the middle, Carlos Williams.
That'll be enough for a first down.
Good pickup by Carlos Williams, about 8 yards, gets him back to the original line of scrimmage, or just beyond the original line of scrimmage.
Oh, excuse me, not enough for a first down. He's got a long ways to go. Excuse me, the 3rd down.
Good blocking up front for Magruder. Gaithersburg defense got a little soft on that play. Keying on Wilbanks. Carlos Williams slipped in there for a good gain.
10 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Magruder's starting to get cranked up offensively. We'll see how that loss of McCrimmon will affect them as the game goes on.
Okay, here it is. 3rd and 8 for Magruder on the 30-yard line. Fakes to the line. Magruder turns it up himself. Picks up 3 yards, but well short of the first down, so the Gaithersburg defense has held on the first offensive set for Magruder.
Down to the 35-yard line.
And in comes the punting team for Magruder.
On they come, and Gaithersburg will have to drop a couple quick backs back to receive this punt.
And for Gaithersburg, I'll be number 36 rather. I believe Robert Sewell will be back deep, along with number 32, Andre Parker. Number 84, Tim McGettigan, will punt away for Magruder. Flags fly again.
Terrible punt. It's touched by Gaithersburg. It's still loose.
Parker with trouble handling the football, and it's down at the 19-yard line of the Trojans. So McGettigan got a break. Not a very good kick, but it's certainly a good roll. That ball rolled a good 15 or 20 yards. So a big break for Magruder.
A very poor punt receiving coverage on that by Gaithersburg, but this penalty is going to go against Magruder.
Magruder already plagued with penalties, and Gaithersburg will make them kick it again. This is not very typical of a Magruder team, Keith Jones. They don't make a whole lot of mistakes, and already we see 3 penalties from Magruder already.
Well, earlier we talked about the condition of the field and how wet it was and how that might affect the Magruder running game, but that's not been the problem here. It's been everything else about the Magruder offense that's kind of stumbled early on.
You're right, Magruder usually a very solid team. 9-11 unofficially left in the first quarter. Nothing score. Begadigan will punt it away once again for Magruder. Better kick this time. Driving kick over the head of both return men for the Trojans. Rolling down inside the 10-yard, down to the 5. Parker picks it up, tries to run it out.
Magruder does a good job of covering, but he's still loose.
Parker's loose. A fantastic return. Flags fly. Parker refuses to go down as he returns the ball up to the 35-yard line. Great return, but there's a flag down on the play. Looks like it could be a clip.
That's what happens sometimes when you see the punt coverage go down. Sometimes the coverage will overrun the kick, and that's about what happened. Magruder had the containment, but they couldn't make the tackle when they needed to, and it was a great return by Parker.
What a blow. Gaithersburg received the ball on their 5-yard line, returned it up to the 35, but the clip took place at the 15-yard line. He marched backwards against the Trojans.
And that's what really hurts in that situation.
Take a few minutes to try to run over the Gaithersburg offense real quick. Eric Frazier at quarterback, Andre Parker, Mickey Myers in the backfield along with Robert Sewell. Steve Williams, Dave King, Andrew Munier, Paul Cunningham, and Dave Newbiser up front. Joey Woodward also plays some receiver for the Gaithersburg Trojans. And for the Magruder defense, Alex McCrimmon, who's injured, so we'll see who takes his spot on the defense. Carlos Williams and David Dean are the defensive backs. Dan Helly, Daryl Wilbanks, and Jim Matala are the linebackers. Andy Winfeld, Eric Gaines, Husan Smith, Tony Lipscomb, and Jamie Baker up front for the Magruder Colonels.
This penalty really puts Gaithersburg in a hole to start their first possession offensively.
Gaithersburg will have the ball inside their 5-yard line. It was half the distance to the goal, so it'll be approximately 1st and 15 for the Trojans with 8:43 unofficially left in the quarter.
Straight up the middle they go.
Hand off to Andre Parker. He's good for about 5 yards right up the middle. Gaithersburg plays it safe. You don't want any turnovers in this part of the field. So it'll be about a 2nd and 11 for Gaithersburg. Clock ticking away here in the first quarter. It's going by fast. 8:20 left here unofficially.
The clock will continue to run with that ground game that both of these teams possess.
Weather not really a factor here tonight. Very mild evening. The rain has stopped. We'll probably see Gaithersburg throwing the football. They're in that running. They use that run and shoot look from time to time. Up the middle once again, Andre Parker off right tackle for about 2 yards. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, they've got a big hole they got to dig themselves out of, Mike.
Right, it'll be 3rd and 9. It'll be an interesting call here for Gaithersburg. They've kept it on the ground for 2 straight plays. They would certainly like to get a first down here because if they have to punt it away, it would give Magruder great field position. Magruder with 4 down linemen. High formation for Gaithersburg. Hand off to Parker. Tries to get around the left side. Nothing doing. Great play, number 22, Dan Helly gets penetration to bring Parker down in the backfield.
Not only that, but number 50, Jim Metalis, the linebacker, stepped right in there, or the defensive lineman stepped right in there and stopped that Parker forward motion. So Magruder's going to get the ball back for their second offensive possession, an excellent field position. Possibly, it looks like they're going to be starting out in Gaithersburg territory.
Joey Woodward, the punter for Gaithersburg, will stand at the back of the end zone. A good snap is essential here. Return man for Magruder at about the 40-yard line. He gets the punt away. Decent punt. Rolls up to about the 45-yard line. Got a decent roll, 46. Good punt for Joey Woodward. He really got Gaithersburg out of a hole with that kick. 6:35 left in the first quarter, no score. Magruder will have it for their second possession. At this time, we would like to announce our Sylvan Learning Center Academic Players of the Game. Our Sylvan Learning Center Academic Players of the Game award goes to Magruder's David King. There you see our officials for the ball game on our screen right there. Referee Al Baldwin, umpire, lineman, line judge, and back judge for this evening's ball game. We'll come back with our Learning Center player of the game. Ryder up the middle to Wilbanks. He stopped for no game. That's number 95, Ronnie Lewis, with a great play. We said he had to have a great ball game at the top, but there you see him, Keith Jones, slicing off his blocks to bring Wilbanks down for a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, the officials are going to be giving him forward motion on that, a 1-yard gain, but still, that's the way you stop Wilbanks, as he goes straight up, and there were 3 backs in that backfield that time.
Gaithersburg putting 6 men up on the line of scrimmage. Really, Darren Magruder to throw the football. Man-to-man coverage back there. You can get a big play on him. Browder takes a snap, hands off to Wilbanks up the middle, off the left side. He spins loose, picks up 10. Looks like a first down.
It is a first down. A little spin move by Darrell Wilbanks.
Perry Gravely on the tackle. They're going to, well, to see where the ball is marked, it's going to be pretty close to a first down. Timeout here on the field. Gaithersburg will take one. No, not a timeout. They just say first down for Magruder High School. Give them time to move the chains. That's what that was.
Well, Magruder's head coach, Leroy Lester, runs this power I formation, and not a lot of coaches run it, but you see right behind the quarterback, 3 backs, bam, 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 and the tailback there is Wilbanks. So it gives him 2 blockers out in front.
Wilbanks once again off left side. Bounce off left tackle for about 5 yards. So Wilbanks once again the workhorse for the Magruder Colonels on this drive. 2 straight carries. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Gaithersburg. 4:49 unofficially left in the first quarter.
Magruder, excuse me, Mike. Magruder also goes with an unbalanced line, and when you got guys like Eric Big House Gaines, who's 330 pounds, that's a lot of beef up front blocking for a guy like Wilbanks, so no wonder he's so potent in this Magruder offense.
Carlos Williams this time up the middle for a short gain. Magruder trying to keep Gaithersburg honest. Carlos Williams picks up about a yard. It'll break up 3rd and 5.
Wilbanks looked like he did some kind of decoy that time. He hardly moved at the snap, and I'm not sure if he just didn't know the snap count or if that was a plan.
Right, Wilbanks just stood there. Of course, you know, the defense of Gaithersburg is king on Darrell Wilbanks. Carlos Williams picked up a yard or so. It'll be 3rd and 5. 3:59 unofficially, the 30-yard line of the Trojans. Magruder driving. Route is back to throw, fading to his left. Downfield to Helly, and it's picked off. And it's picked off by the Trojans. That's number 16 for the Trojans.
36, Robert Sewell picked it off.
My fault. Sewell.
The ones look like 3s. Sewell comes up to the big INT because at that point Magruder's driving down the field. They already started out in Gaithersburg territory, so that's what the defense for Gaithersburg needed to do, and they did just that.
They're going to rule he was out of bounds. No interception. No interception, so it's going to be 4th down for the Colonels. Good play by Sewell, playing man-to-man on Dan Helly. But no interception to say he was out of bounds. Power I formation once again for Magruder. Browder takes a snap, rolls to his right, looks downfield. It's over the head of McCrimmon. McCrimmon still limping badly as he tries to gather in that pass. Andre Parker on the coverage. And that'll turn the ball over to Gaithersburg on downs. 3:39 left in the quarter, and Gaithersburg will take over on their own 30-yard line.
Well, for that situation, the interception for Magruder would have been more advantageous because now Gaithersburg picked up extra yardage on the incomplete 4th down pass.
Should have let them have the interception. It would have been down inside their 20-yard line. Now they have it at their 30. Dugan, thought Dugan was going to be at quarterback, but it's still Eric Frazier, who started the ball game at quarterback. Run and shoot look. Frazier rolls out to his left.
Got a receiver. Flags fly, too.
Number 9, Tommy Dugan. Attempted reception. He just dropped a good throw from Eric Frazier.
Well, no matter what this flag penalty call is, doesn't matter because Gaithersburg still starts out better than they did on their first possession.
Very true. It's going to be a holding call against Gaithersburg. That'll back him up about 10 yards.
They're not comfortable unless they start first down and 15 or first down and 20. You know, first
Right.
and 10. That's too easy.
They like to put pressure on themselves. They make nothing easy. Trojans have it first and 20. Quarter still flying by. 3:35 unofficially left in the first quarter. Run and shoot look. Triple wide out to the left side for Frazier.
Sure to see a pass on this play.
Inside handoff to Parker. Around the right side. Parker from his wing back left cuts back up the middle. Picks up about 2 yards.
I said fake pass on that play, by the way.
Magruder, good defense. They stayed at home. It'll be 2nd and 18 for the Trojans.
Well, that's how diversified the Gaithersburg offense is. Even with 3 wideouts, they still run the inside running play.
Good crowd here tonight at Magruder High School, packed from side to side. Good weather. Rain has let up. Beautiful night here for football. Kind of humid. Frazier under center once again. Myers tries a quick pop to Frazier. Just threw the ball out in front of him, led him too much. That'll bring up 3rd down and 18 for the Trojans.
Well, the pass was right there, and Parker just couldn't hang on to it, and it was a nice quick right into the flat pass, and lots of running room in front.
I like that play. I think Gaithersburg will probably come back to it. He was wide open. If Magruder has any weakness on defense, Keith, it's been against the pass. We've seen them beaten on the pass this year. Frazier once again.
Exactly what it is. Right to Parker again. Good block.
Parker around the left side. Picks up 8 yards.
That's a first down.
Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I'm having trouble with these markers tonight. Sorry, Mike, you're right. Back to the, just over the original line of scrimmage. So it'll still be 4th and 9. What they do on that quick out right there is they flood that left zone, or the right side of the defensive zone, and that's why they're so successful.
Joey Woodward back to punt for Gaithersburg. McCrimmon deep for Magruder. Here comes the rush. Woodward gets it away. It's a good spiraling kick, wobbly spiral. McCrimmon around the left side. Good coverage by Gaithersburg. Number 95, Ronnie Lewis, once again.
Just threw him right down.
Ronnie Lewis, incredibly strong football player. Bench presses over 400 pounds. Squats over 550 pounds. He's quite a talent. Anchors the middle of that Gaithersburg defense. So Magruder has the ball. 42-yard line of Magruder, first down. A minute 54 unofficially left in the first quarter. I formation. Woolbanks is a second back. Power I, rather.
Everybody jumps on that one.
Flags fly. See what the call is here. It's going to be offsides against the Trojans. That pushed Magruder up to the 47-yard line or thereabouts. It'll be first down and 5 for the Colonels.
Get a chance to see the band at halftime. Got this crowd going. Both of these teams kind of stymie each other. Still no score coming to the end of the first quarter.
Been a defensive battle so far. Router, hand off the Wilbanks off the left side. Pushes the pile forward, close to a first down.
Just about a yard short, but a nice carry by Daryl Wilbanks.
Wilbanks, incredibly strong runner between the tackles. He's tough to break down on the first hit. It usually takes 2 or 3 guys. If you hit him high, you can forget it. A call for a measure. Give me a chance to mention our other Sylvan Learning Center player of the game, Jim Matala. For Magruder, a 2.86, a GPA. These 2 players will receive from Sylvan Learning Center of Gaithersburg a framed certificate recognizing their fine efforts in the classroom while playing a varsity sports. The Sylvan Learning Centers of Hagerstown, Frederick, and Gaithersburg help students be their best with study courses for SAT as well as ACT tests, as well as improvement in math skills and study skills. Call them at their Gaithersburg office at 963-4554, 963-4554. They're located on Lake Forest Boulevard across from Lake Forest Mall at the corner of Route 355 in Gaithersburg. Congratulations, guys.
That'll be second down, Mike, in less than a yard. That's how close Wilbanks was to getting the first down.
Now the call, second and less than a yard at the 49 of Gaithersburg. Hand off to Wilbanks once again. He's close to a first.
They stood him up right at the line of scrimmage. We'll see where the officials mark the ball. He may have it. He didn't need much.
Gaithersburg playing tough up front.
Also on the play, 73, Jerome Delar.
Another timeout for a measurement.
Official timeout once again. We'll measure to see if he has the first. From here, where it's marked, looks as if he has the first down. They'll bring the chains on the field.
He may have it just by the nose of the football. That's how close it is.
Magruder on the year. Team's very close defensively. Gaithersburg has only given up 51 points this year. Magruder 52. Magruder has scored 113. Gaithersburg 105. So offensively and defensively, Keith Jones, very similar, although two different philosophies on offense.
Both these teams coming off a win last week, and they really need this game to take sole possession of the 4A.
Browder fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, nothing there, broken play. He's able to pick up positive yardage though.
Oh, there's no question. Nice play that time by David Reeder, because there was no place to go, and the defensive line was right on him. He snuck through for about a 2-yard gain.
Picks up 2 on the play. That'll be second down and 8 or 8.5. Looked like a busted play for Magruder, and that'll be end of our first quarter. We'll be right back here after a 3-minute break on WINX 1600 AM. We're here in the quarter break, Keith Jones, and there's been a defensive struggle so far for both ball clubs. Not a whole lot of offense to talk about. The defenses has dominated.
3 possessions already for Magruder. Both of those ended up in giving the ball back over to Gaithersburg.
Hello, I hope you're enjoying the show. Many Channel 52 and 60 programs are made possible through generous contributions to the MCPS Television Foundation Incorporated. Homework Hotline Live, High School Athletics, and Quizmaster Challenge are examples of shows that would not be possible without the participation of corporate contributors. Your contributions are critical. Please call me at 279-3493 for information about your opportunity to be part of MCPS Cable TV.
Take it back!
Take it back.
You take it back, I take it back, he takes it back. Take it back. Cowboys take it back.
When you don't recycle, the earth will be trashed and the garbage cans will be filled and stuff.
Let's all take it back.
Yeah, take it back.
Take it back!
There's a point to all this. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back.
Buy stuff that's recycled. Recycle the stuff you buy. Take it back.
Welcome back. Ritter hands off up the middle to Darrell Wilbanks. Fights off the right side. Very close to a first down.
First hit made by 95, Ronnie Lewis.
Going to be about 2 yards short, but he is getting well into Gaithersburg territory.
It'll be 3rd down and 2 for Magruder as Wilbanks picks up 6 or 7 yards off the right side.
Wilbanks has yet to get a huge gain, but he's going to compile those rushing yards nonetheless as he picks up 5 or 6 yards a carry. He's averaging about 6.9 right now coming into the game.
Wilbanks so far in the ball game, 7 carries, 34 yards. So Gaithersburg has done a good job so far containing Darrell Wilbanks. It's routed once again up the middle. Carlos Williams for a short gain. Hard to see if he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, Darrell Wilbanks doesn't move out of the backfield, so obviously that's a design play. Maybe that's to give him a breather, get a little chance to catch his breath.
It'll be 4th and short for Magruder at the start of our second quarter. 10:56 unofficially left. 39-yard line of Gaithersburg. Magruder driving.
4th and 2. Magruder's going to give the ball back to Gaithersburg.
I thought for sure they would go for it. Watch out for a fake punt here as McGettigan will punt it away. Sewell and Parker go deep for the Trojans. McGettigan angles for the sideline.
About the 13-yard line, goes out of bounds.
Welcome back on 1600 AM Winks. While you were away, we started our second quarter. Magruder went for it. On 3rd down, they came up short, punted away to Gaithersburg, and the Trojans are buried down inside their 20-yard line. They will get it actually at the 18 for their first possession here of the second quarter.
Actually, the way the referees mark the ball going out of bounds, they'll start out on their own 13, so.
See Jeff Jones there for Gaithersburg on the sideline, injured to his knee whilst they attend to him.
Again, not very good field position as Gaithersburg takes over offensively.
Frazier at quarterback, run and shoot look. Mickey Myers in the backfield, triple wide out to the left. Frazier wide open. Number 18, Clarence Mack for Gaithersburg, close to a first down.
Met by David Dean on defense right there. Good coverage by Dean, but first down.
Mack wide open. Cornerback giving him a lot of room over there on the left side. Frazier finally gets a completion, and it is a first down for the Trojans. They have the ball on the 25-yard line. First down.
Clarence Mack splits to the near side.
Inside handoff to Parker. Tries to break it back, not much there. Parker picks up 2. We'll give him about 1.5.
The pass play obviously starting to work a little bit better for the Trojans than the running play.
You're right, Keith. They're going to have to pass as well as run against Magruder. The defense is too sound. You just can't run all night. Gaithersburg is going to have to mix it up, keep that Magruder defense off balance. They've done a pretty good job so far.
Magruder's got some good size up front in the defensive line.
Certainly do. Eric Gaines over there on the right side, 330 pounds. Second down and 8 yards to go for Gaithersburg. Quick hitter once again to Parker in the seam.
They'll give him another first down.
We can see right away John Harville's offensive strategy. Nickel and dime, the Magruder defense, another first down.
Well, you know what's going to end up happening. Andre Parker is going to break one of these eventually, and that's what John Harville's looking for. The defense will sag a little bit as Parker comes into that zone and just breaks it right up the middle of the field.
You're right, Keith. He wants to catch him in that man-to-man coverage. Parker with good speed. You want to get him in a one-on-one situation. There we see it. A lot of room on the corners. There it is. There. Oh!
Barely knocked out his feet by Dean.
Mack. On the reception, another first down. Tripped up. David Dean tripped him up at the last minute. Clarence Mack, if he had not tripped Keith Jones, he was on his way. That may have been 6.
That was 6 indeed, but again, the footing's a little wet out there, and Dean just got enough of the ankle to knock him off his feet.
Also, at the conclusion of our ball game, we'll be awarding a Pizza Hut Player of the Game. Pizza Hut of Metropolitan Washington area recognized a player from each team for outstanding play in tonight's ball game. Players will receive a Pizza Hut T-shirt, a certificate of recognition, a coupon for a free Pizza Hut pizza, a letter of congratulations. Our Pizza Hut's player of the game will be chosen by, we'll give it to our sports intern, Super Matt Wolk. He'll pick for Magruder, and we'll let Keith Jones pick the Gaithersburg Pizza Hut player at the conclusion of our ball game. We got a timeout here on the field. We'll take a quick 60-second break on WINX 1600 AM Winks. We'll be right back.
Look, Big T's the food groupie.
When you smart, when you do it right, you'll grow up healthy, out of sight. Nutrition Edition. Mix and match the 4 food groups. Balance together, good for you. Nutrition Edition. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add us up and we're so much more. Nutrition Edition. Good for you, the thing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. To raise your score. It all adds up. It all adds up. It all adds up to you.
You love sports on MCPS TV? Well, there's much more. Like Homework Hotline Live to help you through the week, Quizmaster Challenge to tickle your brain, and contemporary issues to express your opinion. Call 279-3141 now and ask for a program guide and watch MCPS TV.
Welcome back on MCPS 52 Sports. While you were away, Gaithersburg handed off. Mickey Sewell off the right side, pick up a couple of yards. Second down, welcome back on 1600 AM. While you were away, Mickey Myers picked up about a half yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for Gaithersburg Trojans. They're into Magruder territory at the 47-yard line. Frazier at quarterback, I formation. Hands off, fakes the handoff, pitches to Parker around the left side. Thought he had room. Good play by McCrimmon.
There's a guy that was injured earlier, comes back. He's been playing some offense, but that is an outstanding defensive play as he came off from the defensive back slot.
Magruder can't play the pitch any better than that, Keith Jones. They had the quarterback covered, made him give it up. Good open field tackle for McCrimmon as he brought Andre Parker down. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 9.5 yards for the Trojans.
Well, Mike, if McCrimmon doesn't make that play, Parker gets around the end, and who knows how many yards he picks up.
You're right. Great play from McCrimmon. Open field tackle. Once again, Gaithersburg run and shoot look. Triple wideouts to the right side. Dugan to the left. Frazier back to pass. Down the middle. Clarence Mack wide open. Magruder in that zone defense. Clarence Mack finding that seam on the right side. That's about an 18-yard pickup down to the 31-yard line. That passing game of Gaithersburg, Keith really doing the job against that Magruder secondary.
Clarence Mack becoming a favorite receiver for the Trojans offense, and they're doing the quick slants, and it's really picking up some yardage quickly.
David Dean giving a lot of room over there on the right side to Clarence Mack. He's good 10 yards off. Mack just taking what he's giving him. Turned him into 3 first downs so far. First down rather for Gaithersburg. Frazier once again goes deep. Mack wide open.
Can't get it, just beyond his outstretched arms.
Mack going for the post in the end zone. Diving attempt. Frazier had him, man-on-man coverage. Got help from the inside from McCrimmon, but Dean had him all the way. Mack was wide open, though.
Not only that, but the position of the ball was perfect. It was shown to the inside of the defenders, and the only guy who could touch that would have been Clarence.
Eric Frazier certainly has improved. He has not thrown a bad ball yet. Tonight it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Gaithersburg from the 33-yard line. And once again, inside handoff to Parker. He tries to get around the corner. Turns it up for a short gain.
Knocked out of bounds, stops the clock with 6:35 to play before halftime. Still no score, Mike. We thought maybe there'd be a few points on the board by this time of the game.
Right, it's been a defensive struggle. Jim Metallo with a good play to push Parker out of bounds. Be 3rd down and 7 yards to go. 6:35 unofficially left here in the first half. Ball on the 29.5-yard line of the Colonels. Gaithersburg comes up to the line of scrimmage. Frazier once again, Mickey Myers, the lone back, triple wideouts to the left. Clarence Mack to the right side. Frazier back to pass, looks downfield. Mack once again in the seam of the zone. Good catch by Mack, a fingertip grab at the 10-yard line.
You're listening to WINX Rockville, Washington, and Gaithersburg with another first down.
Chosen driving down to the 10-yard line. Great catch by Clarence Mack. Once again, David Dean giving him a lot of room. Zone defense for Magruder, and they're getting burned. They're playing real soft back there. That'll be 1st and 10. They're just outside the 10-yard line on the Trojans.
Looks like they can get another first without getting a touchdown, too.
Handoff up the middle to Mickey Myers. Pushes inside the 10-yard line. Big Eric Gaines up there, number 65, to help out on the tackle. They're giving 4 progress inside the 10. That'll be 2nd down and 9 to go.
That Gaines trying to strip the ball, rip off the jersey, something like that.
Gaines trying to undress him. Clarence Mack having a good ball game here in the first half. 4 receptions, 53 yards for Clarence Mack over there on the right side. Every time he's caught the ball, Keith Jones has been a first down for the Trojans.
They do that quick slant, and it's been on the mark more than it hasn't been. Working real well. That passing game for Gaithersburg.
See Gaithersburg again under center. Frazier back to pass, looks in the end zone, wide open.
Touchdown.
Kevin Koziel. He was the left slot there. Just hit a button hook in the end zone, wide open. Trojans on the scoreboard first, 6-0.
Once again, Gaithersburg flooded that zone. The defensive backfield had too many receivers out there, and the quarterback just stayed back in the pocket, picked his receiver, and 6 points for the Gaithersburg Trojans.
R.J. Meunier will tee it up for the extra point. Tom Dugan will hold. High snap, ball's down, kick is good. Meunier drives it way back to the track. Meunier has some leg. Only an 11th grader. Certainly he put a lot of leg into that football. Gaithersburg will go up 7-0. We'll take a quick break here. 60-second timeout on 1600 AM. We'll be right back.
Let's hear it for Big Cheese and the food groupies. When you think of food, don't be a bore. Think 1, 2, 3, 4. Keeping foods together is so good for you. It makes you healthy and tastes good too. So the next time you open the refrigerator door, think 1, 2, 3, 4 inch sort. 2, 3, 4 inch sort.
Blue Knight taught the children how to stay safe from strangers. He taught them the tricks bad people use to lure children away. The kids became good knights, just like me. We teach all our friends about the tricks. Like someone saying my mother is sick and she sent them to pick me up? Right! Now you are a good knight because you know how to stay safe.
To teach your children about the most commonly used tricks, call Child Search at 301-593-4058.
After the score, Gaithersburg will tee it up to kick away to Magruder. Wilbanks stands deep. Meunier will kick away. Receives it. David Dean returns it up to the 24-yard line.
Well, the Gaithersburg Trojans giving Mike drove 87 yards for that touchdown, and are leading right now 7-0 with only 5:22 left before halftime. And the importance of that is momentum with just before halftime. If they can keep the momentum, get the ball back, hold Magruder to 4 downs, get the ball back, they can probably drop down and score again before they have to go into the locker room.
You're certainly right. That was Mike Vicarelli on that return, not David Dean. Vicarelli up to the 27-yard line where Magruder will start 1st and 10. Fakes a handoff as a pitch to Wilbanks around the right side. He has room. Picks up about 8 yards. A flag was thrown on the play. We have to see what the call is.
Flags on the play.
Welcome back on 1600 AM. The kick went away, returned by Vicarelli up to the 27-yard line. On 1st down, Magruder ran it around the right side. Darrell Wilbanks picked up 7, but a flag on the play.
It's a legal procedure against the Magruder offense.
4:58. This game is flying by. Unofficially left in the first half. It'll be a legal procedure against Magruder. It'll back him up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Colonels as they dig a small hole for themselves. They're down at the 19-yard line.
Well, we expected the game to move pretty rapidly, but not this fast. Under 5 minutes to play before halftime, and we're only 40 minutes of real time into this evening. So
there's the first half gone. And again, another timeout by Magruder. We'll take one here on 1600. We'll be right back at 60.
What's all the cheering about? It's another exciting year of high school sports. Join the Montgomery County Public Schools and thousands of fans for all the action, the competition, the pageantry. Your contribution allows thousands of fans to watch their favorite athletes and teams. And your company receives its name, logo, and short description up to 4 times on every program you sponsor. Join us today. Call Harry Swope at 279-3493 and become part of the MCPS TV sports team.
Welcome back on MCPS 52 Sports. Magruder will have the football, 1st and 15 on their about their 18 or 19-yard line, Keith Jones. 15 yards to go for a first down. Magruder took a timeout, tried to get their offensive strategy. Power I formation for the Colonels. Router at quarterback. Hands off to Wilbanks off the right side. Wilbanks just about to break one. Good ankle tackle by number 42, Ron Henson, for the Trojans.
Well, that was a good time for Magruder to take a timeout just before the break. We talked about maybe the momentum going to Gaithersburg, and that gave the offensive Magruder a chance to settle down a little bit, get their bearings, and start to drive down this field. They still got plenty of time, 4.5 minutes before halftime, to put their own points on the board.
And Wilbanks only 8 carries so far, 43 yards here in the first half. That's how you contain Darrell Wilbanks. You keep the Magruder offense off the field. Trojans have done a good job at that. Welcome back on 1600 AM on the first down play. Wilbanks are over the right side, picks up 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Magruder Colonels. They're up at the 26-yard line. Wilbanks again off the right side, a pile of bodies over there. He's stacked up. Cunningham on the tackle.
Couple yards at the most for Wilbanks, and Magruder really kind of stymieing themselves. They're not opening up this offense at all. They're not attempted to pass. They're not attempted to really hand off to anybody except for Wilbanks. I know one of these times he's going to break one, but when is that going to come? Is it going to come during this game, or is it going to come next week?
You win with Darrell Wilbanks and you lose with Darrell Wilbanks. 3:23 unofficially left here in the first half. 3rd down and 7 for the Colonels on the 26-yard line. Router back to pass over the middle. McCrimmon had it for a moment, but he dropped it. Good play, number 56 from the Trojans. Ball Cunningham on the hit, pried the ball loose.
Well, I'm glad to see Roy Lester, was listening to the broadcast, and he heard me say, it's time to open it up, Roy. Let's pass a little bit. Pass was there, was a good pass, and just couldn't be hauled in.
You're right. Usually number 22, Dan Helly, is Router's favorite target, not to beat. McGettigan back to punt it away. High snap, gets it away, almost blocked. Takes a good Magruder bounce. Sewell picks it up, has his 40, backtracks, tries to turn the corner, nice block. Good coverage from Magruder, though. Wilbanks on the play. Flag complete.
David Dean from Magruder got blasted. I tell you, number 40, Perry Gravely, put a lick on him. Completely legal block. I see flags on the field, but he was just blindsided, but it was a perfectly legal block. We'll see what the call is from the officials.
You're right.
But Dean is down.
He really laid into Dean. Hopefully, nothing serious, just knocked the wind out of him.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know how you can call it unsportsmanlike conduct, though. The guy that never saw the block coming, and he just took a vicious hit.
It's a very strange call. Looked like a very good block from here.
Part of the game. That's where Roy Lester's saying what happened. It was completely. He never saw it coming, but it was to his front side. It was not an illegal block, but unsportsmanlike conduct is the call.
We have a timeout on the field as David Dean is being attended to. And we'll take a quick break here on 1600. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Graduation, quite a day. But where do you go from here? You want something challenging. You'll find it in the Air National Guard. The Air Guard can give you skills you'll use for a lifetime. You'll make good money, and after you train, you serve just 2 days a month and 15 days a year. That means time for yourself and your country. The Air National Guard. Because graduation isn't the end. It's just the beginning.
You love sports on MCPS TV? Well, there's much more. Like Homework Hotline Live to help you through the week, Quizmaster Challenge to tickle your brain, and contemporary issues to express your opinion. Call 279-3141 now and ask for a program guide and watch MCPS TV.
Welcome back on Channel 52 MCPS Sports and 1600 AM. As Gaithersburg has the ball 1st and 10 from that 20-yard line. Mickey Myers up the middle, breaks a tackle. Picks up about 8 yards.
A little fired up too, and I think Gaithersburg's going to start getting this momentum back to on their side. 2.5 minutes to play before halftime. David Dean, by the way, was escorted off. He is okay, and he'll probably return to the game a little bit later on. We'll try to get a report on any injury he has. He just took a big lick. That's what it was.
It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Trojans. As a reminder, this game will be shown on tape delay tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on Channel 52 if you'd like to tune in. Frazier hands off to Parker, weaves his way up the middle, breaks a few tackles. Looks like he has first down yardage as he weaved through the Magruder defense. Parker very close to a first down. Actually back to the original line of scrimmage. Missed a yard marker.
They started out 1st and 25 after that 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct, so they had to dig themselves out of the hole early. But they're starting to move it down the field. 1:45 to play.
It'll be 3rd and 8. They're up at the 39-yard line. And their own 39, or Gaithersburg. I formation for Frazier. Wide out to the left, Frazier fakes it. Takes it around the left side himself, he keeps it. Picks up 3. Dan Helly on the tackle from his defensive end spot.
4th down for Gaithersburg. It looks like we're going to see Joey Woodward out there to punt the ball away.
4th and 4 for Gaithersburg, and they will punt it away. McCrimmon goes deep. McCrimmon hobbled throughout the ball game. As a reminder, we're in simulcast. Channel 52 MCPS Sports. Again, it will be rebroadcast tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on 52. Woodward kicks it away. McCrimmon's back deep on his 20.
He fumbles.
Bobbles the catch, and it's on the ground. Gaithersburg after it, and the Trojans have recovered.
Good hustle by the coverage team to keep that ball from going out of bounds. Otherwise, it would have been Magruder ball. Instead, it's 1st down for Gaithersburg deep in Magruder territory.
We have our first turnover of the ball game. McCrimmon just simply muffed that punt. He just simply dropped it. Tried to run before he caught the football, Keith Jones.
Well,
big break for the Trojans.
The one good thing for Magruder in this situation, there's only 45 seconds left on the clock, and the clock is running. So Gaithersburg's going to have to get into the end zone quickly.
You're right. They'll have it 1st down on the 19-yard line. Unofficially, 36 seconds and counting for the Trojans. Triple wide out to the right. Frazier back to pass, looks downfield. He was flushed out of the pocket. Frazier's loose. He's inside the 20. Dodges to the 15.
Doesn't get out of bounds, though.
Taken down by number 72, Husan Smith, I believe, for Magruder.
But wisely, Gaithersburg calls a timeout with 22 seconds left.
Excuse me, that's Jamie Bakersmith on the tackle. Comes up to stop Eric Frazier. Gaithersburg will take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Gaithersburg will have the ball 2nd down and 8. Frazier flushed out of the pocket, tried to scramble. Looked like he had more yardage, but good play by Jamie Bakersmith.
Well, Magruder's defense has to be expecting a quick pass. 22 seconds, try to get into the end zone that quickly. Going to take a big run to do that, but a pass will do it very quickly. So I think Magruder's going to be setting back, waiting for the pass.
They'll run the clock down, so it must be off. 13 seconds officially left in the first half. Remember, at halftime, we have coaches' interviews at halftime for you on 1600 AM. And for you 52 viewers, we'll have the pom-poms and the marching band from Magruder High School. Good halftime entertainment.
Shout out to the Gaithersburg band right there as you're watching TV, and they are really inspired by this Gaithersburg turnaround, as Gaithersburg going to try a field goal right here.
C.J. Meunier will put it down on the 24-yard line, make it a 34-yard field goal attempt. Meunier with a strong leg. The kick is up, long enough. It's good.
Drilled it.
C.J. Meunier puts Gaithersburg up 10-0. 7 seconds left on the clock. Trojans so far pitching a shutout here. Doing a good job when you come to someone else's backyard, Keith Jones, and you pitch a shutout. You've got the momentum on your side. They capitalize from a turnover.
That's exactly what Gaithersburg did, but John Harville, head coach of Gaithersburg, decided, hey, we're not going to take any chances. We're not going to turn the ball over. We're going to get some points right here. Let's send our big-footed kicker in there and give us 3 points, and he's got a 10-0 lead. Only 7 seconds left before these teams go into the locker room.
And I saw Gaithersburg first game of the season. We had them on 1600 week number 1 rather, and made a lot of mistakes and were able to come back and beat Quince Orchard in the latter moments of the ball game. But this is a different Gaithersburg team, much more mature. Frazier looks very good at quarterback, rolling out. He's seeing his passing lanes. He's making good throws. Defense is playing well. The Trojans look like they're in stride right now.
Well, that's the big difference, too. That defense for Gaithersburg is really stepping up and shutting down the potent Wilbanks out of that Magruder backfield, and that's made a big difference in this game.
Manier would kick it on, he'll keep it on the ground.
He's going to try to run the clock out without any return.
Number 27 for Magruder picks it up, tries to break away. That's Mike Prandy on the return. Brings it up to the 25-yard line.
So Magruder may get one play before
no time shows on the clock. And that'll be a halftime.
They don't even get one play.
Don't even get a playoff. The score is 10-0 in favor of the Trojans. And we'll take a quick 2-minute break on AM 1600. And we'll be right back.
Look, Big T's the food groupie.
Keep your smile when you do it right. You'll grow up healthy, out of sight. Nutrition Edition.
Once again, sports intern Matt Walk. For you 52 viewers, you can see our Winks Top 10 on the screen. And for you listeners, Matt Walk will run down the WINX Top 10, which I'll take sole responsibility for. Go ahead, Matt.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot. Coming in at number 10, the Rockville Rams with a 3-2 record. Number 9, Whitman, also a 3-2 record. And Paint Branch at number 8, also with a 3-2 record. Watkins Mill at number 7 at 4-1. Damascus also at 4-1, coming in at number 6. Kennedy, number 5 at 3-2. These Gaithersburg Trojans at 4-1 at ranked number 4. Springbrook at number 3, also ranked 4-1. Screaming Eagles of Seneca Valley undefeated at 5-0. And the Winks Top 10 team for this week, the Magruder Colonels at 5-0, but at the rate they're going, they might be taking a quick nosedive after this ball game.
You're right. Keith Jones, I know he's a Seneca Valley man. He probably doesn't like that, but what do you think, Keith?
I tell you guys may have to reshuffle that. There's no question about it. I was trying to figure out how a 3-2 team took over for a 4-1 team, but hey, I know how it works. You guys are a lot better than the thing they call the post, let me tell you. But the thing about Magruder coming into this game, they come in a situation where they're undefeated, but one loss, especially this Gaithersburg team, puts them in a bad situation as the playoffs grow near. Magruder moved up to the number 5 slot in the Washington Post Top 20 this week at 5-0. Gaithersburg not even in the top 20, so be a big win. But that's not how you look at the ball game. When you take 2 veteran coaches like Lester and Harville, it's always a week-by-week competition. It doesn't matter who they're playing.
You're very right. Rankings mean nothing tonight. The Trojans, you can throw the rankings out the window because they were ranked in the top 20 to begin the season. When they lost to Churchill, they fell out of the rankings. They've been playing good football since. Magruder made their entrance into the top 20. I think they entered at number 17, and each week they have continued to climb. You say up to number 5 now. I thought they were number 6. So they're up to number 5 now in the top 20. Seneca Valley, of course, of Montgomery County, a 3A school at number 1 in the Washington Post. We're getting ready for our second half kickoff. Gaithersburg, which deferred in the first half, will receive here in the second half. Magruder will tee it up to kick it off in a few moments. Magruder down 10-0. So if you're Roy Lester, Keith Jones, what do you tell your team at halftime? How do you get back into this ball game? Gaithersburg had pretty much had everything their way.
Coaches like to tell their players at halftime, it's a whole new ball game in the second half. If you look at the score, hey, we're only down by 10 points. Let's go out there. Let's hold them out. We're going to have to kick off to start the second half of football. Just shut them down, hold them for 4 downs, get the ball right back, and drive down the field ourselves. Cut it to 10-7, and start taking control of the ball game ourselves. We're playing at home. Our home fans are behind us. Everybody's here watching us try to go to 6-0 overall, 5-0 in the 4A, and let's just go out and do it.
Well, you're Roy Lester, and I'm going to be Coach Harville. I'm telling my guys, you got to keep doing what you're doing. In fact, do it a little better because they're dominating this football game right now. The passing has been the key for Gaithersburg, and if Magruder has one weakness, we pointed that out at the top of the broadcast. It is their pass defense, and it has shown tonight they've been very soft in their pass defense. Magruder will get ready to tee it up here and kick it off for Magruder. It'll be number 43, Tony Lipscomb, will kick it away to the Colonels. Andre Parker stands deep. He keeps it on the ground. Robert Sewell take it. He's up to the 35. Crosses 35 up to about the 37-yard line. Taken out of bounds there, where Gaithersburg will have it, 1st and 10.
They're actually going to mark him out of bounds at the 35, but still good field position for Gaithersburg. They have not had the best field position to start their offensive possessions tonight. This has been the best by far.
Good return up the right side. Frazier, still at quarterback, has had a marvelous first half, as we pointed out a few times already. Maybe Frazier, candidate for our Pizza Hut player of the game. Played an excellent ball game. Frazier, I formation, 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Hands off to Parker. Parker tries to get deep, nothing doing. Dan Helly there to make the tackle.
Right there, did a jersey tackle, very effective, dropped him for about a 4-yard loss.
Excuse me, that was Alex McCrimmon, number 26 on the play. He was hobbled in the first half, taken off the field, and he has come back to make some big plays for Magruder. Gaithersburg will have it 2nd down and 13 as they lost 3 yards on the play. 11:24 unofficially left in the second quarter. In the second half, rather, of the third quarter.
Well, this is just exactly what Lester told him that, and there's a timeout by Gaithersburg. So obviously, a situation where Eric Frazier didn't like what he saw, but this is exactly what the Magruder Colonels were told and had halftime. Go out there, stuff them down for 4 downs, and let's get the ball back.
Gaithersburg coming to the line of scrimmage. Offensive linemen a little confused there. They had too many guys on one side of the ball. Had to try to shuffle. Didn't want to get a too much time penalty, so they called a timeout. Had to waste a timeout. Coach Harville cannot be happy with that as he goes out and talks to his troops. Magruder starting off the second half with a big defensive play. Backs Gaithersburg up a few yards. That defense kind of let them down in the first half a little bit, although they were tough on the run. But again, it's the pass that really victimized Magruder's secondary.
That's exactly it, and we can look for Gaithersburg to continue to do that here in the second half of football. If something works, you keep doing it until they put a stop to it, and then you try something else. But if it's working as well in the second half as it did in the first half for Gaithersburg, why stop?
That's right. Gaithersburg with only 1 loss on the season. They fell to Churchill. Week number 2, 14-7 over in Bulldog land. Since then, they've won 3 straight. Frazier with the pitch to Parker. It's on the ground. He drops it.
Okay, there's another problem, another situation. You go to the run, you go to the option. It works well if you can get to the outside because they have a lot of running room on the far side of the field. The trouble is you got to hang on to the ball, and if you don't, you lose the ball in a turnover.
Gaithersburg with 2 straight losses on 2 consecutive plays. It'll be 3rd down and 16 to go. They have the ball on the 31-yard line. 10:40 unofficially left here in the third quarter.
Got to look for, excuse me, Mike, got to look for a pass play here. They got to get to their own 47 for a 1st down.
Frazier, Mickey Myers in the backfield. Frazier back to pass, looks downfield. He has a man, Parker wide open at the 40, 35, 30. 20-yard line, and he's brought down from behind. Big play by Andre Parker. What a throw by Eric Frazier.
Thank goodness Daryl Wilbanks is there for Magruder, or that could have been 6.
Daryl Wilbanks makes the touchdown saving tackle. And they move all the way down to the Magruder 20-yard line. What a throw by Eric Frazier.
Right on the money, right where it needed to be. And there's the pass play that works. Those slants, no matter where they've been running them tonight, have been working. So they went right back to it on a 3rd and long, and they came up with a big 1st down. Better than that, they're going in for another score right here.
And that Gaithersburg offensive line has done some job giving Eric Frazier passing lanes tonight. Keith Jones, he has not been pressured but one time that I can remember in the entire game. And here Gaithersburg has the 1st and 10 on the Magruder 20. Frazier fakes a pitch, nothing doing. Taken down for no gain. Last man up for the Magruder Colonels, number 70, Husan Smith. Will give him credit for the tackle.
Well, the running game just not really working for the Trojans right now. Obviously, you want to mix up your offense. You can't pass every down. But for as effectively as the passing game has been working, hey, let's see it again.
Run and shoot, Gaithersburg, this is their 3rd year. They've gone to the run and shoot offense, and they look like they finally have it down. And they'll go to the run and shoot look here, triple wideouts to the left. One man to the right, Mickey Myers behind Frazier. There's a quick slant to Parker, and he drops it.
That's the second time tonight that Parker has dropped that quick out pass, and you got to hang on to those. If nothing else, it'll give you a first down.
Parker just trying to run before he caught the football. A basic mistake looking downfield. He had some room. A quick slant pattern. Man-on-man coverage, that's where you get the big play. Gaithersburg up to the line of scrimmage. Mickey Myers in the backfield. Same look. 3 wideouts to the left. Clarence Mack to the right. Frazier back to pass. He has time. He's being pressured up the middle. Out of the pocket. Down to the 15, to the 10, 5. He's going for the end zone.
Knocked out of bounds at the 1. He is fast, though. Look at him move.
Frazier scampers out of trouble. 19-yard gain down to the 1-yard line of the Magruder Colonels. Colonels totally frustrated at this point. Defense with their hands on their hips. We have to give credit once again to that offensive line of Gaithersburg. I don't know whether or not that was a design draw play for the quarterback. Looked pretty good from here, though.
Frazier's the man doing it all tonight. He is so elusive. This is why the Magruder defensive line can't catch him, because he's too fast and he's too quick for these big, heavy guys. He got right around. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line for the Trojans.
Right, Frazier on the quarterback. He'll take it on the sneak.
Flags fly.
Look like the Trojans left too early.
Flag on the play.
It is a legal procedure.
Mistake for the Trojans. That'll put him outside of the 5-yard line. Try to go in a quick count, catch Magruder off guard, but it backfired as they'll get a 5-yard penalty. What a break for the Colonels. Officials timeout, looks like, on the field.
Oh, Gaithersburg has out-penalized Magruder by about 3 penalties to 1, but it's not affected Gaithersburg as they've been able to move down the field. Clock stopped with 8:59 to play in the 3rd quarter. Gaithersburg about ready to put more points on the board.
Referees are having a discussion. We got an official timeout. We'll take one here on 1600 and MCPS 52 Sports, and we'll be right back.
Let's hear it for Big Cheese and the food groupies. When you think of food, don't be a bore. Think 1, 2, 3, 4. Keeping foods together is so good for you. It makes you healthy and tastes good too. So the next time you open the refrigerator door, think 1, 2, 3, 4. It's sort 1, 2, 3, 4. It's sort 2.
Blue Knight taught the children how to stay safe from strangers. He taught them the tricks bad people use to lure children away. The kids became good knights, just like me. We teach all our friends about the tricks. Like someone saying my mother is sick and she sent them to pick me up? Right! Now you are a good knight because you know how to stay safe.
To teach your children about the most commonly used tricks, call Child Search at 301-593-4058.
We're back on MCPS 52 Sports. The teams are being taken off the field. There'll be a temporary lapse in the action. 8:59 left in the 3rd quarter.
Talk about a delay of game. This one could go on indefinitely.
Right. It's been lightning. We've seen lightning over the field, and they will remove players from the field. Remember last year, a Paint Branch player was struck by lightning, Troy Trice. He did survive. As we can see it flashing in the horizon.
Well, there's no question that the officials and everybody from the school system involved, they're not going to put these kids into any kind of jeopardy at all. So when there is a threat like that from lightning, I've actually personally never seen this call before, but when there is a chance that somebody could be injured on the field, they're going to automatically stop the game.
It's very true. You do not want to risk that. We got a good ball game going here. Gaithersburg driving there at the 1-yard line. 8:59 left in the 3rd quarter. Talk a few minutes about the high school rankings. Just trying to pick through my information here. Find what I need. It's still the Seneca Valley Screaming Eagles set atop the Washington Post top 20 at 5-0. DeMatha comes in number 2 at 5-0. Carroll number 3. Crossland number 4. And we'll take a break here on MCPS 52. and we'll be right back.
What's all the cheering about? It's another exciting year of high school sports. Join the Montgomery County Public Schools and thousands of fans for all the action, the competition, the pageantry. Your contribution allows thousands of fans to watch their favorite athletes and teams. And your company receives its name, logo, and short description up to 4 times on every program you sponsor. Join us today. Call Harry Swope at 279-3493 and become part of the MCPS TV sports team.
Good evening, and we're back at the field at Magruder High School for part 2 of Gaithersburg and Magruder. Official time on the clock now.
Here we go, first and goal for the Gaithersburg Trojans. In the same situation, we pick it up 24 hours later, Mike, and situation where Gaithersburg can go up by 16-0.
You're right, Keith Jones, 8:49 left on the clock. Official time up now. Eric Frazier set at quarterback. Hands off to Andre Parker. Touchdown into the end zone, and that's a touchdown.
One play, there you have it. Gaithersburg picking up right on the point that they left up last night.
I know Gaithersburg had to be worried, Keith Jones, whether or not they could keep their momentum 24 hours later. No question. Andre Parker, good run over the left side. In for the touchdown. They're up 16-0 on Magruder. Magruder's woes continue. 8:45 unofficially left in the third quarter. 16-0. Gaithersburg Trojans, they'll attempt the extra point. R.J. Menier snaps. Kick is up. And it's good.
So John Herbo, I know he wanted to play it last night. The Lightning came in. They said, hey, Coach, you got to come back tomorrow night. They come back in a big way. One play is all it takes. They're in the end zone, 17-0. Only 4 seconds off the clock.
That's right. Definitely look like we have an upset in the making here. Gaithersburg continues their drubbing of Magruder at this point, 17-0. Total offense so far in the ball game. Keith Jones, Gaithersburg up until this point had 175 yards, only 53 for Magruder. Darrell Wilbanks only 36 yards on 9 carries. So that tells you what a good job. We talked about it in the first half, what a great job the Gaithersburg defense has done up until this point.
And Mike, that's 36 of the 53 yards for total offense there from Magruder. So we'll see what happens in day 2, whether Roy Lester goes to a different offensive attack against his Gaithersburg Trojans, down 17-0.
You're going to have to change your strategy. You can't run, and catch up in the ball game. You're going to have to put it in the air, and that kind of gives the Gaithersburg defense an advantage. They know what to expect now. They're going to turn the guys loose up front. A lot of pressure on David Reeder, the quarterback, at this point, and the whole Magruder offensive line, and that's where the pressure is going to be right now.
It was a bright sunny day today, so after the downpours last night, the field looks pretty good shape and dried out quite a bit, so we'll see if it isn't a bit drier tonight than it was last night, as Wilbanks really had his share of troubles trying to run the football.
Certainly did. When you're ready to kick off, Darrell Wilbanks is deep, Carlos Williams, also David Dean. And the return up to the 20, 30, 35, as McCrimmon, my mistake. McCrimmon's up to the 43-yard line, so it's a good return for Magruder, good field position.
Well, I know McCrimmon was happy to have the 24 hours because he got hurt earlier in the game last night as they started out, and then he played pretty well and started to get progressively better, but now, with a little bit of rest on that leg, he's a lot better. Nice return.
You're certainly right, Keith Jones. He was hobbled, taken off the field last night, came back to play very big on defense. There he gets a big kickoff return. Here it is, Reeder, our quarterback, power I formation. Wilbanks is the deep back. Here's Reeder with the handoff to Wilbanks up the middle, off the right side. He picks up 4 yards the hard way. Gaithersburg defense gang tackling there. Number 94 for the Trojans in on the tackle. Joe Tehan from his defensive end spot brings down Wilbanks at the 44-yard line. So that's Wilbanks, 10 carries, 40 yards unofficially for Darrell Wilbanks. almost 1,200 yards on the year already through the first half of the season. We're into week number 6. 8:08 left on our clock.
Well, it is going to be important for Magruder to establish the running game with Will Banks, but at the same token, they are going to have to mix it up.
You're certainly right. 2nd and 6 for Magruder from the 44-yard line. Reeder again at quarterback. Power I. Hands off. Fakes the handoff as Reeder tries to roll right. He's in trouble. Good defense once again from the Trojans. Mitch Dingwall catches Reeder for a short gain. In fact, looked like he lost a yard.
He did.
Looked like a muff play by David Reeder trying to roll out to his right, create something. Nothing there as Dingwall closed the door on him. Gaithersburg defense, again, doing a good job here on day number 2.
Reeder had the protection just momentarily. It broke down. The defensive line came in, gave him pressure, but the receiver wasn't open, so Reeder had to eat the ball.
Gaithersburg with 5 men up on the offense, up on the defensive line. Fake to Wilbanks. Reeder back to pass. No good. Intended receiver for Magruder, number 42, Matt Webb.
Gaithersburg looking for the interference call on that, but the defender went straight up, and it'll be 4th down and time for Magruder to give the ball back to Gaithersburg.
Very close. There was some contact on the play, but no flags. And Magruder will have to punt. McGettigan will go back to punt. Robert Sewell, Andre Parker deep for the Trojan at about the 20-yard line. McGettigan with the kick. It's a low line drive.
Gaithersburg nearly blocked into that, but it'll be down about the 20-yard line.
They'll let it roll. Eric Frazier was on fire last night. 9 out of 10, 136 yards for Frazier. Certainly one of his better days as a Trojan quarterback. We'll see if he can continue the hot streak on day number 2.
Not a very good punt off the foot of Tim McGettigan, but it's all for him there. He just let the ball go too low, and that's why the end-over-end kind of squib punt. But still, Gaithersburg, 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Not a bad position to start, considering last night they started on their own 4-yard line or 13. I mean, it wasn't very good for field position.
Not at all. It was a long drive that led to the ultimate touchdown in the 3rd quarter, so a good drive by Gaithersburg put together early in the 3rd last night. Again, Frazier at quarterback. I formation. Parker and Mickey Myers behind, 2 wideouts to the left. Hand off to Parker up the middle. Not much doing. Taken out for a short gain is Parker.
Well, I'm sure that John Harbaugh will take 4 or 5 yards a shot, maybe 3 yards from his offense any given down in this situation, as he'll try to mount another drive and take it all the way down, run some time off the clock. 6.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and Gaithersburg really in control scored-wise in this ball game.
Certainly they're in the driver's seat at this point. 2nd and 6 for the Trojans at the 24-yard line. Again, I formation, wide outs to the left. Frazier takes the snap. Hand off to Parker again off the right side. Nowhere to go. Good defense from the Magruder Colonels. Lateral movement along the defensive front. And Parker looks like he loses about 2 yards on the play.
Defensive line came right down on him, including number 70, Hassan Smith, moving right down the line, holding the position and not letting Parker get outside.
Although Gaithersburg leads this game 17-0, Keith, Trojans did not have a good night running the football last night, so they did a lot of damage through the air, was not on the ground, and they gave Parker a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 5. Good mark. It looked like he lost some yardage from here.